There are several ways to collaborate. The first thing is awareness. Let's create awareness among the Nigerian youth. After we create awareness, let's work on morals. If I have a proper moral, proper upbringing, I won't go to exam on and do malpractices. If I have a proper moral, proper upbringing, I won't use drugs. And it's unfortunate that you discover that it's the son of the so-called rich people that that do more of drugs, because a poor man person cannot use money to buy drugs. He use that money to eat. That will be the first thing in his mind, not to buy drugs. So ways we can curb this is more of collaboration. After we talk about awareness, talk about moral, we should look more at the collaborative aspect of it. What we're doing today at the level of CONYSSA is about awareness, about collaboration. Collaboration with other security agencies. What can we do differently to make sure that this is no more within our society, at the level of government, at the level of private establishment, at the level of security agencies, and all of that. And I also believe that private parastatals should use more of their CSR to address these issues. There are some of them that are spending their CSR on what's not benefiting the Nigerian. Parents has a lot to do. Parents is starting from family. Our family is a segment of the community, segment of society. And that's the way it goes. And society forms a nation or forms a state through culture and religion. And then we cannot say, this is how this particular state is, or this is how this particular region is. So when we have the understanding that you're starting from family, so the role of parents cannot go by my side. Because if you have a son or a daughter that is doing wrong, and as a mother or as a father, you don't see the reason why you should correct such a child. Like I said when I was making my presentation, so a child that is not working or is not doing any serious work and is able to live a life that is even more than or times 10 of whatever such a child is making, then you discover that something is wrong somewhere, and such a parent need not to keep quiet, but to speak up. When we were growing up, even if I do something wrong, my father's neighbor is the one that will beat me. I will not be able to tell my father that I was beaten. But today, it's no more like that.
Over time, bringing people together and enlightening them with things like this have been having a major setback in the society. Because, these informations are there, but how to put them into use has been a major defect, and for that reason, a lot of nonchalancy and carefulness has really made people feel things like this are not relevant. But basically, having a gathering like this would enlighten so many people, in the sense that they will get to learn how to walk around their environment, how to curb all this insecurity, cultism, internet fraud. We all know internet fraud has taken over the whole country, and it's majorly amongst the youths. And having a thing like this will just help the society and the community understand that there's need to checkmate the youths as well, and this is like an individual thing which has to do with individual perception, in the fact that okay, this we are trying to venture into, or what this my next door neighbor is doing is not proper. And sometimes it's not about locking people up or arresting them or being violent with them. Some people would go through this maybe on the internet and it will change their mind, because they are not well enlightened that they can be better off without such illegal activities they try to indulge themselves in. So I feel it's a very welcoming idea, and if it continues with other security outfits and everything, I believe to an extent it's going to curb the insecurity. It has an attachment to do with cyber crime, internet fraud, kidnaps and focus. Even the youths are now involved in kidnap because everybody wants to make quick money, and it's just the fact that hard work pays more and it gives you comfort. You feel more comfortable. You can walk into any environment if you know you don't have anything hidden in your cupboard. But now you see a lot of youths, even with their dressing, you can justify that this person has something, and when you go close, there's no way you won't find one thing or the other to nail that person with, which doesn't speak well, because the youth are the future of tomorrow. And if things like this are not being curbed now, then we have no future. Respect to VDM, I won't give him 100% kudos on what he's doing, because he's working based on an idea he has and what he feels is proper, and you can't know it all. But if people like that were opportune to come to a program of this nature, it will guide him on how to take action on some things he does. I'm not saying he's doing wrong, but if we sit down and look into it, there are some actions he takes which he would have done it in a better way and give more information out to the youths than the way he goes about it. He's doing a good job, nobody would dispute that, but definitely he has some little lapses as well, which we think things like this would correct. These are just programs to caution people on how to manage situations and how to make things work better, so you don't try to solve problem and create more problem. The message to Nigerian youth is hard work pays. You don't have to go into internet fraud. You don't need to go into robbery. You don't need to go into kidnap. You don't need to do things that are illegal to achieve what you're craving for, what you want to become in life. Those things are just going to give you quick money, but they'll destroy your future.
This is a type of program that should be organized yearly. It's a program where solution will be given for youth vices, youth residents. This program was it. As Oku's youth empowerment and community development organizations who have done a lot of things and who have assisted the federal government to achieve many milestones. Number one, what we have done, we've been able to achieve a reduction in oil bunkering activities in Rivers State through our sensitization awareness program. What we do was to gather the youth. We also have youths that we pay monthly just to ensure that they live well. So in January 2025 and February 2025, when our mission was intensified, I think there was a report of oil production increase in the country in January and February of this year. Also, we try to respond to youth's demands by ensuring that they have lights. Because when there is light at night, you see that bad boys don't operate where there is light. This organization has given to communities over 270 solar lights installed in 3 communities. So we are empowering the youth and empowering communities. Even in the area of sports, we organize yearly football tournaments. Today, about 4 players have been scouted for Rivers United, currently playing today in the Ghana Football Academy, which is a session of Rivers United. We have released them. So it's a way what we are doing for the country to remove youths from illegal activities to a profitable activity. This organization is also encouraging widows. We are giving widows things, less privileges. We will, from every month, we go around, we take communities. Aside that too, we visit schools. We have been to Mboji Secondary School in Port Harcourt. We have empowered them. We have gone to Opatawan Community Secondary School in Etoha community of Ahoda East local government. We have also been to Omoko, Oba, Egbema local government, empowering their community secondary schools with writing materials, encouraging the students to be good citizens of the country. In short, this Ogus Youth Empowerment and Community Development is doing a lot for the country without funding from the government. It is a non-profit and non-political organization that is being formed to ensure that the youth are being taken care of.
Demography that CONYSSA represents is a demography that is about 70% of the population of Nigeria. So if you use 280 million, that is 154 million Nigerians. And for CONYSSA to bring together the caliber of people it's able to bring together to address what is probably the most significant issue in Nigeria at the moment, which is insecurity. I think CONYSSA deserves a commendation, and I think this is the significance. Bringing 154 million persons through the medium of CONYSSA to address the challenge of insecurity. More needs to be done. The fact that he has appointed a young and vibrant person as minister, the fact that he has provided the enabling environment for the minister to function, I think the next step is for the minister to ensure all stakeholders, especially the component of vibrant persons from within the 154 million demographic that I spoke about. In my presentation, I advise speaking to approach policy from the bottom to top approach, and let's avoid the situation where policy formulation is done from the top to the bottom. These 164 million Nigerians, they know what is affecting them. The youth in Nigeria knows what is affecting them. So if we engage with the youth, and that's why I think this idea of a youth conference, youth forum that the administration is planning is actually very good. I hope it is not politicized. I hope it is done in a transparent manner. And I hope that the outcome of that gathering, that convening, is harvested to allow for the evolvement of policy initiatives. In my paper, I did discuss several components of policy initiatives, including, for instance, skill sets, education, involvement of youth in law enforcement, involvement of youth in judicial reform, and several other components. So that's what I'm hoping that we will see more of a bottom-top approach on policy formulation as against a top-to-bottom approach that we have.
I believe Nigerian government will address all these issues. And I believe we youths need to be collaborating with the Nigerian government to make our society peaceful. And we need to also curb issues such as unemployment, poverty, which contribute largely to all those organized crimes, harassing, domestic crimes. Young youths, I need to let you know that you are a group of future. We believe in, or let's say, we believe in us, because I'm also a youth. I call upon the elders, those above us, to mentor us, and to also trust us with the affairs of the nation. We will not let them down.
This program by CONYSSA is a very timely one, and for the participants, the hall has been so well charged. Admonitions, guidance on the trajectory that the youth of Nigeria should follow in addressing social vices, insecurity, autism, drugs abuse, and so on and so forth. So rising from here, we believe that the youth who have participated in this program will be baited with a new spirit of patriotism and will also be equipped with a renewed vigor to see how society can be remodeled. Doubtless, Nigeria has potential. Speaker after speaker has stated that fact. But you see, mere potentials are not enough. Like my erstwhile vice chancellor said, good intentions are not enough. You might have all the ingredients to make a meal, but if you do not activate them together, if you do not bring into action, it will remain as such and it will be established. That is the case of Nigeria. But with what has happened today, we are very certain that the youth are now properly equipped as builders of the new Nigeria to marshal our country in the direction of progress to rescue the country from the doldrums and to move the country from mere potential to productivity, to move the country to the front lines of the Committee of Nations, to make Nigeria truly great again, to make Nigeria a pride and a heritage globally, to make Nigeria stand shoulder to shoulder with the greatest countries, whether you call them from Asia, China, whether you call it from the United States of America or whatever part of the world. Nigeria has all it takes, but it is upon the youth to activate this and bring this to fruition. As the President of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, I want to wholly commend CONYSSA, that is the Coalition of Nigerian Youth on Security and Safety Affairs. We have followed their trajectory of activity from humble beginnings when the organization was better. And as president then, we gave seed funds and support. Today, that organization has utilized every ounce of support gotten. Individuals in that organization have made tireless sacrifices day and night under the sun and in the rain, and this is what you are seeing here today. Individuals have grown, leaders have metamorphosed from the activities of this organization. Crimes have been nipped in the bud, insecurity has been addressed from the root, and so many other factors dealt with, which we celebrate. So today is like a public celebration of the good works of CONYSSA. Today is a day that we say, okay, what was done in private or in secret is now time for it to manifest to the world and to let the world know that this is what CONYSSA is doing and CONYSSA is not being commended.
Streamline it to our own mandate, which is fighting economic and financial crimes. And as you know, the EFCC has cyber criminals, which is one of the major menace that actually affects the youth. So what we do is we try to do the prevention by enlightening them. You know, we go to schools. The EFCC has an Integrity and Zero Tolerance Club. The Integrity Club is for nursery and primary school, and secondary school, while the Zero Tolerance Club is for the for university, tertiary institutions. So we try to go there, talk to them, just as it's been said at the lecture, that you have to prevent, you have to make them understand what is happening so that they don't even be part of, they don't commit such crimes. So the EFCC is doing that. Apart from having the clubs, we have TV programs, we have radio programs, we do collaboration with civil society, we engage the media because we know we cannot do it alone. We need everybody to be on board to help us in this fight. So that's one of the platforms the EFCC uses to do it.
We all know security is everybody's business, irrespective of your age, your class, or your creed. So as Commissioner for Youth Development, I am cognizant with the fact that the youth are always attributed to crime all over. But I think the narrative is gradually changing because we now have young people who are, instead of perpetrating crime, are now crime fighters. But be that as it may, we still know that security is a major concern in our society because of certain factors that tend to encourage or lead to increase in crime. One of the major issues that we all know is a major fuel of crime in Nigeria is unemployment. And we know that, like they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And so most of the young people who are involved in crime are young people who would have been, using their energy gainfully, but because they do not have jobs, and so they tend to branch off into crime as a way of filling up, that empty spaces in their life. And so to tackle the issue of security means we need to begin to be intentional about creating jobs for our young people, empowering our young people to become productive members of the society. That way, we will be able to reduce crime, to the barest minimum. And let us not also pretend, with the fact that the crime in itself is not, generally is not specific with young people. Because if you go to, if you visit the police station and the prisons, you have other women and others perpetrate crime. And that is why we are thinking that crime prevention should be holistic. It involves all of us, irrespective of whether you're a youth or you're an adult or you're a female what we should do to help address this issue of crime rate in Nigeria is for all of us, to come together to see how we can, become security ambassadors in our community, security ambassadors in our place of work, security ambassadors wherever we find ourselves. Like the security agencies will always advise, if you see something, say something. And that is the charge I give to all the youth of Nigeria, that if you see something, please say something. Help government to fight crime. And please, young people, stay away from crime so that you will not, destroy your future. The Chief of Staff to the Governor of Cross River State, Honorable Emmanuel Ayomba, is a round peg in a round hole. This is not just the first award I've attended, courtesy of him. He has received numerous awards, within and outside of Cross River State because of the kind of work he's doing, in Cross River State. The Chief of Staff to the Governor of Cross River State, Emmanuel Ayomba, is a stabilizer. Is the engine room of the government. And this award coming to him is not misplaced because it shows that his effort is being recognized both home and abroad. And I wish him all the best. I congratulate him on this award he has received today as a security ambassador, which is what he has been doing in the state, making sure that young people, get opportunities that will make them stay away from crime. And I want to thank the group that has found him worthy of this award. I want to say thank you very much for narrowing your searchlight to Cross River State and identifying one of the best Chief of Staff in Nigeria, because that was already vindicated with his award as the best Chief of Staff in Nigeria recently here in Abuja.
Goldfish has no hiding place. If you look at all the awardees, he's the only Chief of Staff that was awarded. We had other persons from the military, persons from the business world. But if you see the security architecture of the state today, the message I have for the entire perseverance, even Nigerians, to mark the 2 years of His Excellency, Senator Prince Edward twin offices. If you are from Cross River State and you are in Abuja, you are in London, please come back home. That the governor, through the office of the Chief of Staff, have been able to secure the state today. That what we have in the state today, we don't have those kind of security challenges we used to have before. And we thank God for the governor for appointing Honorable Emmanuel Ayomba as his Chief of Staff. And I can tell you for free that the man does not sleep. And that is why we are having what we have today in the state. Indebted to them, and we thank God for them that they are doing a very great job. For my boss to be awarded this award today, and being the only Chief of Staff among the 36 Chief of Staff we have to the state, to the governors. I think they have really done a thorough job. And on behalf of my boss, I'm thanking them. And I equally want to thank my boss for deeming me fit, for having faith in me that I should stand in for him to get this award on his behalf. It's very rare. This is the first of its kind. We've had other Chief of Staff, but Emmanuel Ayomba, Chief of Staff, is a different kind of Chief of Staff. And he's doing well, so I'm indebted to him.
The purpose of this program is basically it's an eye-opener to the government that there are a lot of problems, and this problem can be surmounted if the potentials and the skills of young people are properly harnessed and directed for positive and monumental development of the country. In the sense that these young people who are the carrier of these vices, are there in the streets, and the government is far away from them. As it has to do with security, it goes a very long way to have a kind of created a lacuna. But this program has actually brought all stakeholders together, both security agencies and non-security agencies, to actually discuss these social menace that is bedeviling our society and our communities. And if these issues are not properly addressed and tackled head on, there will be serious chaos in years to come. And that is why CONYSSA took a very good step to see that this program is better. And this program does not end here. This program is proceeding to the 36 states of the country, and we are starting by the grace of God with Akwa Ibom. Proceeding from Akwa Ibom, we are facing Niger, we are facing Katsina, we are facing Zamfara and other states, whereby we have mapped out strategies to actually embark on this journey. So once again, I want to say a big thank you to Nigerian government who has actually responded to this program, especially the Ministry of Federal Ministry of Development, which has really boosted this program. They endorsed this program. I've seen it as a baby child under them. And the minister himself has also given us audience effectively. And today, we want to say a very big thank you to every participant of this program. The criteria we actually used was based on relationship with young people. A lot of chief of staff to their governors does not see youth as anything. They don't see them amounting to anything. They look down on them when they come to talk to them in terms of seeing their governor. So, but this person has actually deep with feet, always giving audiences. Either you're from CONYSSA, you're not from CONYSSA, he give you an audience. As I talked to you, he has arrived at Abuja, and you are meeting with him this evening. So how many chief of staff will do that? Not fully aware that the time of the program has gone, but yet they will still feel in. So as I talk to you, he's already in Abuja, and he's meeting with us this evening to hear from us directly and to know what needs to be done in CONYSSA State. There's another responsibility added to CONYSSA work. This one is not a honor. They gave me responsibility to preach the gospel more, to not go to Sambisa Forest, to go to Shiroro in Niger, to go to Katsina and Zamfara. That is the assignment they are giving to me, so that I will go there and say, bandit, hands off, kidnappers, hands off. That is the work they are giving to me. It is not an honor, it's responsibility.